At the beginning of season 2, we pick up after a cliffhanger where Winston has been abducted, and Guerrero and I, it seems like we're going to try to figure out a way to fix it or to get him back. This next season, from what I am seeing, is that we're taking a lot of elements that have really worked for us last year, and we're combining that into, like, say, the backstories or some of the more personal stories that our characters have had, and we're weaving that in together with the cases and the clients that we take on. So, not intentionally, the writers are doing this, but we're ending up with stories and clients that are a little more. They're a little more connected to everyone's past, and in so doing, there might be even a little more commitment. The stakes are raised up a little bit more, and everyone has like a something personal at stake in some of these cases. Like, for example, in the episode we're doing now, where we're trying to, figure out a way to get Ames out of this bank robbery heist, or this robbery heist that she's gotten herself into. Another episode is Chance trying to atone for the fact that he killed this woman's husband. And in that way, it takes some really sophisticated, organized, and intelligent, and clever writing. And Matt Miller is really putting all that together quite nicely, and we're really pretty happy about it. Well, in season 2, we're back to business. We have new clients coming in, and we're also finding some of the characters' past, catching up with them as well. Chance finds a case through one of his old contacts of a woman whose husband that he had actually murdered, and he has to protect her because they're now after her for some information that her husband had. So that's an initial one. Molly Parker comes on to do a guest spot, which was just a wonderful treat for all of us to have on set. When I do read the scripts, I'm like I'm a fan. I want to read the next episode like it's a new comic book, and I want to see the next episode. It's not just to see the work that I've done or other people have done, but I'm a fan of the show myself. So what I'm looking forward to is seeing how these guys work together and how they manage to negotiate a variety of different unexpected cases. Also, we've got 2 new cast members, and I'm really looking forward. I'm enjoying it already, but I'm really looking forward to seeing, how this continues in the following episodes. Like, we have Ilsa Pucci, who's our boss. So that's going to create some tension with Winston's character, who was more or less the kind of face of the business, but now Ilsa Pucci's doing that, so it sort of changed everyone's roles around. And now we have Ames, the young protege who's come on, and she's starting to give Chance a hard time the same way that Chance used to give Winston a hard time. So we're all kind of sharing these, we're kind of sharing our previous roles in some way, and in a way getting to understand each other a little more. So that having been said, that's going to be happening amid explosions and running through streets and car chases and flying out of buildings and airplanes and underwater. Ilsa Pucci's husband has been murdered, and she's left with this large fortune, and she runs one of the largest charities in the world. Someone's trying to kill her, and that's essentially why she needs the work of needs the help of Christopher Chance and everybody else. Ilsa's character showing up is creating an in-house conflict as well, because she's the boss. She has a sort of prickly but also a very kind of tender and responsible attitude from running this large charity, but she also gives us a great amount of resources for us to go to different parts of the country, or take a case in South America, or go find our friend in a Russian prison in Siberia, because we can borrow her jet. We can go and do those things. We don't have to take the case slogging through the dirty mine up in Alaska. We can wait for a better offer, and I think that's kind of what we're doing. So we're seeing a wider geographical area, maybe an even more diverse group of clients and people that are involved, and also some bigger and better toys, which is going to be fun. I can't tell you what they all are right now. Well, it's interesting the way the writers have put it together. She's not just someone who comes in as this beautiful woman and creates sexual tension. And she has a really defined, specific, and important role in the group. And that after the end of first season, we were essentially broke. Winston and Guerrero and Shy, we didn't really have any means to continue, and aside from that, we were all in disparate locations. So Ilsa more or less brought us together, and then has offered us funding to continue and to be able to even, operate on a higher financial level. Ames is an interesting character. She's not as experienced as, say, Guerrero or Chance. She's young, and she's kind of been living on the wrong side of the law as well. She sort of seems like someone who was raised by like an Oliver Twist or something like that. Some character who's been running around the streets of London picking people's pockets at the subway stations, and she's going to be able to kind of learn from us as well. And she's also turning her life around. She's kind of going from being this, criminal, and maybe heading off in a different direction in life.